Well, welcome folks. This is going to be a two-part movie to avoid the long motion pictures, but part one is the Sequoias, where there's a whole lot of filming of the giant trees going on. And then part two will be going down into Kings Canyon, somewhere I haven't been since probably the early 80s. Just incredible down there. Lost my love upon the Kings Highway. Lost my love upon the Kings Highway. All your stuff packed up, Rodney? Okay, it's time to go. You got everything you need for the week? Good boy. Alright, let's get out of here. Santa Ana, that's the town that Petrified Roy was born in. Well, back when I was born here in the 19th century, this entire place was orange groves. Well, one of the downsides of living in San Diego is to go anywhere cool up north, you gotta get through LA first. Well, made it through the big city with just one slowdown for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. There's Magic Mountain, like roller coasters. Sweet niblets, things are already burning. Hope it ain't the Sequoias. We're heading up and over these hills to check out what I believe are the biggest living things on Earth, on this, the only water planet. Third time I've used my elderly pass. When you get of age, I'd recommend getting one. It's $35 to get in here. Pass is $80, lasts you the rest of your life. Memorial Rock we'll be climbing up on tomorrow for some views. Right now I'm on some random road, hoping it turns into a camp spot. So, ooh, this could be my spot right here. Pretty big and flat. I found me a stealth camping spot here on this mountain. Once I got through the neighborhoods, it's pretty empty around here. Indeed, folks, looks like we'll be having a delicious garden burger with all the fixins. Doggy. I only went about a half mile into the actual national park, took a solar shower, checked the little visitor center, and I came out here to this spot to sleep for the night. It's working out quite well. I'm about 2 or 3 miles from the actual gateway to the Sequoia National Park, and I am outside the park boundaries because there's really no national parks I've ever been to that let you just squat on the side of the road in your van. So pretty good spot here tonight. Well, good morning folks. We got the piping hot beverage cooking up here. It's about 5:30 in the morning and we're going to get ready to start the day. Things are looking good so far. Gotta give a shout out to my sponsors of Spray Buddy. Meet all your van life needs. Super conveniently handy. That's the town of Three Rivers, the entranceway to the Sequoias. That camp spot worked out really nice. You got a turkey in the middle of the road. Gobble, gobble along, little fella. Lord, sweet mercy. There's the entrance to the mighty Sequoias. I don't think we'll need the elderly pass this morning because ain't nobody here. Doggies, here we go.
I've been longing to see you, wanna know how you've been doing over yonder. Gonna catch this flight, and when I reach my destination, I wanna see you smiling. Longing to see me. Doesn't matter anyways now, because the love I have for you still remains the same. Tell me right now if we push comes to shove, everybody's gonna put
one we're going to next is called Hospital Rock, and I believe it looks like the natives were definitely living here. Lots of grinding going on. Some pretty nice petroglyphs here. Maybe it has something to do with hill and thus the Hospital Rock business. Last time I was here, I climbed up in through that cave, hit another side of that rock. Like the water level's a little higher right now. Hey, little fella, where you going? Looks like your burn zone going on here. Plenty of stairs. A beautiful morning. It's the western end of the Sierras. Oh, sweet Mother Mary and Joseph. Unfortunately, I hurt my back, so it'll be some pretty slow going on this here trip. Doggies. Moving along. Now this Morro Rock has a pretty small parking lot, can get rather crowded, but seeing as it's 7:30 in the morning, whew, not really an issue today. These stairs are awesome, man. What a work. High elevation, lots of stairs. Mercy. Hold on. We're about to reach the summit. Morro Rock. There she blows. Extreme danger. Whew. Behind me would be Mount Whitney after those peaks. Highest point in the continental U.S. Looks like plenty of snow happening up there still. Well, worst time to film these mountains with the sun coming up. There's the road coming up here. And down there would be Bakersfield, Fresno. See a little bit of Three Rivers is shining there with the buildings. You can see the lake way in the background too. One of the cooler trails I've been on, just how it's right in the side here. They really did a fine job building. As I was saying, Mount Whitney's just on the other side of all those peaks. And if you're interested in seeing that, I have plenty of videos further down the channel around Lone Pine and that whole zone. Well, taking movies of these things doesn't do them much justice, so get yourself a senior pass if you're over 62 or 3 and get on out there. Sequoias, one of my favorites. Torrey pines, sequoias, oaks, cypress. Those are probably my favorite trees. These things are just obese. The first time I was here was, I guess, the 19th century, early 1980s to be exact. And I hadn't been back for about 40 years. Then my bride kept asking me, what do you want to do for your birthday? I was turning 60. I kept saying, well, I want to go to the Sequoias. We didn't come on my birthday, but about a month after. So about after 40 years not being here, we went for my birthday. And the main reason I really wanted to go was to just make sure my kids got to see this place before I was a goner. And they've been here and loved it, so one of my life goals met. Since I made sure the kids got to see this place before I was wheelchair bound, I thought since I'm passing right by, I should stop and show all you friends. Hope you're enjoying these beautiful views. Go check out this burnt out tree. Now these trees are super fire resistant, but occasionally one doesn't quite make it. He must have started burning his core. We haven't even gotten to the Big Daddy section yet. Look at this beautiful meadow. Very green. Well, it's early May, which means my traveling season's just about up. Because Petrified Roy don't like traveling during the tourist season. Nice and quiet around here. I'm on my second hike this morning and only ran into one lady so far. So this is the season to go if you're fortunate enough to get out and about like me. I have to give thanks to my beautiful bride who supports my trips and the Most High for making so many beautiful things on earth. What a blessing. I'll tell you what, this high elevation hiking for a flatlander with an old angry lung. Whoo-wee. We'll keep on trotting on. Looking for the General Sherman. I'm looking for the General. Any of these look like they could be generals. My goodness. Whew. Look at the size of this root ball. It's like 15 feet up there. So if you're fortunate enough to go on trips to these beautiful places, I'd recommend definitely going right after summer and everyone's gone to school, or right after winter before summer hits. The snow's melted, and well, I ran into another guy, so that's 2 people so far today. So I think 2, 3, 4 years ago, this whole place was on fire. And they were wrapping all the most famous trees in foil along their skirts. And I think it didn't get into the best groves. They are very fire resistant though. Alrighty then, we're heading into the world famous chimney tree. Let's take a gander up. Wow. Whew, pretty neat looking. Whew, sweet Virginia, my uphill hiking sure has gotten slower and slower over the years. So as I've mentioned in a few of my Eastern Sierra videos, we're now on the western side of the Sierras. If you're a youngster, get out there and do some backpacking. Spend the night while you're young and can conquer these mountains. I'm gonna sleep in a hollow log and drink muddy water. Babylon them come but they never conquer. I'm gonna sleep in a hollow log and drink muddy water. Don't matter what you say, I keep on rolling, rolling. Yeah, this is a guy's old house he built in here. How cool is that? Definitely weatherproof. Got his little roof built here. You can pause the video if you want to read about any of these spots, taking pictures of the signs. But meanwhile, green, green, it's green they say on the far side of the hill. Green, green, I'm going to stay where the grass is greener still. Where the grass is greener still. There's the log. Green valley or a rocky road, that's where I'm gonna lay my head. Everybody now. Green, green, it's green they say on the far side of the hill. Green, green, I'm going to stay where the grass is greener still. Ain't nobody in this whole wide world tell me how to spend my dime. I'm gonna keep on trotting on. Brother, can you spare a dime? Everybody now. Green, green, it's green they say on the far side of the hill. Green, green, I'm going away to where the grass is greener still. Woo! Well, thank baby Jesus. I sure scored on a beautiful day. What a blessing. Just still in a t-shirt all day so far. Last bit of snow left on the ground over there. Well, some foreigners just stopped me and said there's a couple baby bears coming up on the trail, which probably means there's a mama somewhere, so I'm going to proceed cautiously. Sounds like a real situation with some frogs. Listen to those guys. Baby getting some morning rays. Boy, he's adorable. Better keep moving for Mama Bear comes. Like I said, before or after the snow comes, best time to visit these national parks. Beautiful meadows around here. Van life's looking pretty good so far. Well, you just look at all the trinkets. My goodness. It's a petrified wood on the kitchen there. All right. This here log's a log people used to drive their cars out onto back in the old days. You must burn your rice, baby. If you drive like that, you cook and drive, honey. Parking lot's filling up pretty quick. I guess just being out here at 6 in the morning is why it was so empty, but must be a nightmare in the summer here. Pretty awesome as I get into these more touristy zones. Just everyone speaking foreign languages. It's quite the worldwide draw to come here, and rightfully so. Well, I always manage to forget something on my trips. This time I forgot my water bottle. Luckily van life comes with a spare. And I think I just left that over by the sleep in a hollow log and drink muddy water. So now I'm down to just this tiny mini one. Oh Lord, a dress. Well, that last trail where I was looking for the general, I read the sign long, is like 2 miles uphill. So we came to the main parking lot and we're going to take the touristy trail down and check out the General Giant. They do have signs saying no obese people like myself, you won't make it back up. Look at these cute little kids with a dress. Oh boy.
33 meters. 32? The total of goat. Meters. Not feet, huh? 190. Circumference.
Back side of the General. It is pretty cool. Like 80% of the people are speaking foreign language around here. Makes you realize it's a small world. Not everyone's just speaking the English. Wonderful views. So I'm pretty sure this is the biggest living thing on Earth. And just look at the size of the branches on the top. way bigger than any pine tree you can see. Get some people in there so you can see how big this daddy is. Look at the big crowd of mourners getting their pictures taken with her. Me and the kids snuck in here at night on our trip. It was freezing cold. We mixed with the general all by ourselves. Probably about a quarter mile away from the big general, and we're back and nobody's out and about. They all go to worship the general, and that's it. Well, the reason I'm actually at this Sequoia National Park is I'm on my way to Sacramento to see my last uncle, Uncle Jay. So I thought I'd best stop in here on my way. It's not very far off the beaten path. Well, I only did about half the Congress Trail, which has some real beauties on it. Did that a few years ago with my children, and I still gotta get up all those stairs. My little tootsies are cramping up. I've been walking since about 6:30 this morning. Everything's starting to seize up. Enjoying the views. Probably won't be coming back here ever again. I need to start heading to some of the more northeast states. Although I don't know, California has the best stuff of anywhere I've ever been. Man, we are so blessed with all the sights we have. Made it up to 7,400 feet. Looking for the King's Highway where I lost my baby. I must say it sure is nice having a reliable motor vehicle. My younger years, everywhere I went, I was worried I was going to break down in my jalopies. And with the school bus, just totally worried, although it went 100,000 miles with only one blown radiator hose. It's only breakdown. Pretty good. Looking for the Kings Canyon.